I'm going to show you how to make the equivalent of vampire skin on your model fast and easy. I'm going to start with an image with a simple background layer. I'm going to duplicate that background layer so I have a copy up here. On the copy layer, I'm going to go up to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and I'm going to set the radius of the Gaussian blur to about 10, 9 or 10. Hit OK. I have a nice blurry image here. I'm going to back the opacity of that blurred image down to about 50%, perhaps a little bit above. I'm going to desaturate the layer entirely. You can do that using the shortcut Control-Shift-U so that I have a nice white, now marble tone to the skin. But now I have a blurry image all around, and everything is white, which I didn't want to take the color out of everything, really just out of the skin. So I'm going to turn this layer visibility off for now. Go back down to my background layer, and I'm going to go to Select, Color Range. In Color Range, I'm just going to select a skin tone somewhere on her face or hand. Holding down the Shift key, you can continue to click and select different tones. And I'm just going to keep doing that so that I can get the different skin tone range. You'll notice over here it shows in my color selector viewer the white is what is going to be selected. So I'm just going to keep selecting some of the skin tones till I think I've got all the major areas. You can adjust the fuzziness so that you can get a more refined contrast on where your selection will be. Hit OK. And now the areas that are selected will be the areas I'm going to mask out on my new background copy. I can do that by turning it back on, simply going down to the bottom of the layers palette and hit Add Layer Mask. This then masks off only the selections that I had for her skin. Now around the edges of my selections you're going to see some pixelation because the color selector is going to leave some pixel residue there. And what I'm going to do to fix that is, with that mask selected, go back up to my filter, blur, Gaussian blur again. This time I'm going to blur the mask just enough so that I don't have any rough edges. Now this is just a fast and easy technique to get kind of a pale marbled effect. Now that I have it that way, I can adjust the opacity up and down to get it as white or as colorful as I'd like. I blurred it just to give it a more perfect look so you don't see the skin imperfections. And that'll give it more of a soft feel. You can of course make this as extreme as you want. You can go back if you'd like, select your mask and paint back in color in areas where you might want it, just using a black brush tool on your mask. For instance, if you wanted the lips back to their standard color, you could paint the color back into the lips. And if for some reason the color selector got over into your eyes or other places, you can get that back as well and recover it from that way. But otherwise, you have a nice pale looking skin tone here that you can create quick and easy just using one more separate layer and the color selector.